Так, а что за консоль вышла?
This is the Steam Deck, Valve's brand new handheld gaming PC.
Steam Deck? Бля, у меня есть Stream Deck.
Where I've spent the last few days going hands-on with the Steam Deck,
Подождите, вы
as well as chatting with the people
Дайте на
who
консоль
made it.
посмотреть.
We've got a lot to cover, so let's dive right in.
Короче, это Steam Deck, это консоль от Valve, портативная консоль от Valve, как я читал, на которой будут доступны все игры в Steam. Ну, то есть она совместима со всеми играми в Steam. Ну, как со всеми? Может быть, не прям со всеми, короче. Ну, типа, короче, можно будет играть в игры.
Бля, я тут на видос с котом наткнулся и понял, что он мне кого-то напоминает. Потом смотрю, ты Суперсуса смотришь, и я такой, ебать, это же кот Суперсус. Ссылка удалена.
Кого, блядь? Подожди. Даже в КС можно? Я хуй его знаю. Вон там в постал кто-то... Ой,
When
в
I
портал
first saw
кто-то...
the Steam Deck, I was a bit thrown off by its control layout.
Вон, видите, Doom есть. Ну, хуйня
The
какая-то
thumbsticks
пока
are
что.
in line with the D-pad and face buttons, which
Чё он говорит,
looks a
блядь?
bit odd when you're used to the more offset angle found on
man?
most controllers. However, as soon as I held it
Ой,
myself,
ебать,
the
ничего.
layout felt completely natural. The
Ебать,
full-size
ничего.
thumbsticks felt precise, and while the D-pad wasn't quite as clicky as I'd like, it was fully serviceable for rounding out some quarter circles in
Ебать,
Guilty
ничего.
Gear Strive. Similarly, the face
Ой,
buttons
ебать,
and bumpers
ничего.
all felt solid and served me well through a few runs of Hades. The triggers did feel a little bit squishy for my taste, but it's worth noting that I was using a non-final hardware unit, so it's possible that things might improve there as Valve tweaks the deck before launch.
Так, ща, минуту.
On the
Я пытаюсь
backside
русский
are
язык
4 rear buttons, a welcome feature for anyone who's grown accustomed to using
Yes, нет
pro-style
русского языка.
controllers like the Xbox Elite. These, like the rest of the buttons and other inputs, can be fully customized to whatever you like thanks to Steam Input, Valve's commitment to making useful custom key bindings available for almost any
Repeat,
controller
please.
layout. Underneath the thumbsticks are one of the deck's standout features.
Да, блядь, ты
two
про игры нахуй
precision
расскажи. Чем мне
trackpads,
твои стики
which give you
ёбаные?
access to mouse control.
Of
Похуй.
the same technology that we've been working, for example,
Похуй.
come to areas of the
Лучший.
screen for a mouse
Охуенный
cursor to jump
перевод.
there and be kind of a one-to-one region.
Они папичи обсуждают
type
или
input.
что?
You can create on-screen menus that pop up on top of the game and have many customizable like macro buttons or keyboard keys.
Ну и
and
чё
you can
дальше?
just use it for mouse input, where it's really powerful and reliable. For
Они
people
обсуждают,
that,
типа, эти
are
эти
comfortable
самые
with that sort of input.
эти...
Both the thumbsticks and the
кнопки,
trackpads
короче.
are also capacitive, which means they can tell when your finger is on them. Combined with the internal gyro sensor, it gives you a weirdly precise level of control that, after a brief adjustment period, is honestly not far off from using a regular mouse. Yes, even in first-person shooters like Doom
А экран
Eternal.
какой там?
Finally, the
Сенсорный?
7-inch
да.
screen is
А,
touch-enabled as well,
да.
giving you yet another option for controlling your games. The Steam Deck will draw immediate
Soft
comparisons to the Nintendo Switch, but while it might look like a
А,
handheld
там Steam, там вон друзья, которые там...
console, Valve's
Так,
device
можно
has
консоль
much more in
подключить к компу
common with a
и-
desktop gaming PC. The Steam Deck runs a custom version of Steam
Ой, ебать,
OS
там
that
Dead-
gives you a
Dead- Dead
console-like
Stranding.
experience on the surface, but under the hood is a full-blown PC.
It's a PC. We don't think people should be locked
PC.
into a certain direction or a certain set of software that they can install. If you buy a Steam Deck, it's a PC. You can install
Я
whatever
не
you
совсем
want on
понимаю,
it.
как это будет запускаться. Это облачная
Attach any
какая-то хуйня
peripherals
или
you
что?
want to it. Maybe a better way to think about it is that
Просто
it's
на
a
такой
small
консоли
PC
запустить
with
такую игру,
controller
как Dead
attached as
Stranding,
opposed
это,
to a
ну,
gaming
тяжело
console.
будет.
I think it differs from these kind of platforms mainly because you can just customize the experience and use all the options at your disposal that are typically associated with PC gaming. We think that while
Мощное
there will
железо.
be a pretty approachable entry point, well, by and
Понял.
live
Какой-то пустой пиздеж.
Plug in a mouse and keyboard? Yep. Tab out of your
Yep.
games to a browser or video? Sure. Load up
Sure.
third-party programs or even other game stores? No problem. You could even wipe SteamOS
Он сейчас выдернулся, он сказал, типа, вы хотите сделать это? Нет проблем.
entirely and
Вы
install a
хотите
fresh
сделать
version of
то?
Windows if you want.
Sure.
But I will say the default SteamOS is smooth and efficient at getting you into your games, so I would imagine
Dying
most
Light.
people won't want or need to go that far.
Нормально, бля.
The point is, you can if you want
Не, ну
to.
выглядит интересно в
Importantly,
любом
this
случае.
also means that all of Steam's features, like cloud
Они
saves,
заебали своим
are
порталом
fully
уже, они
functional.
другие игры не могут
You can
показать.
start playing a game on your desktop PC,
Она
save
у него,
and quit,
конечно,
then load
типа,
up and
через-
continue
он, типа,
playing portably
подключает к
on your Steam
монитору.
Deck, with all of your progress,
Ничего не
key
понимаю, блядь.
bindings, and mods fully intact. You can also suspend games indefinitely on the deck itself, similar to how the Switch works.
Короче,
Though you
скажите,
can't
тут
have
Dota 2 и
multiple games
CS
suspended
будет?
at once, like with Quick Resume on the Xbox Series X. Valve also told me that they're looking into ways to cloud sync suspended games between desktop and deck during my time with the device.
Бля, доебал.
While the Steam Deck is largely familiar to Windows and is capable of running both. But worry not, in the power course, a PC gaming device isn't worth much if it can't play games well. But worry not, in the power department, the Steam Deck is no slouch.
We've been partnering pretty closely with AMD on bringing up next generation
Ну, короче, прикольная тема.
Which is more than enough for the 7-inch screen. The Steam Deck is able
Как
to play
подарок
current
на
gen
день рождения
PC
вообще
games
охуенная
at
штука.
medium to high settings at smooth frame rates. While I wasn't able to run benchmark tests during my hands-on time, I played Death Stranding, Doom Eternal, Control, and several others, all of which looked great and played smoothly. The deck comes in 3 different models, but power-wise they all have the same internals. The only difference is in storage space. The base model has 64 gigs of storage for $399, moving up to the 256 gig model costs $529, while the top end will cost $649 for $512.
гигабайт, 649
All 3
долларов.
storage devices are SSDs.
Не,
However,
ну в принципе нормально, че.
and
Если она реально будет
512
тянуть все игры в Steam, то
use an
вообще
NVMe
заебись.
drive for even faster load times. And while
Только
the internal
512
storage
гигабайт
itself
маловато,
can't be
нет?
upgraded, there's an SD card slot
64 вообще не
to
знаю,
expand
что
your
на них,
storage even
что
further,
делать, блядь.
which games
По
can be
одной игре
installed
устанавливать,
onto
что ли?
and
А
played
если вообще не
directly
влезет?
off of.
Или тут можно флешку вставить? Карту памяти-то можно засунуть?
The Steam Deck will be available this holiday
Это
season
SSD.
with reservations starting soon. We've got a lot more coverage planned all
Не
month
все игры там,
long,
ты
so
можешь
for all that and more,
подключить к ПК и играть через него, а не через мышку и клаву. Блять.